Hello and welcome to Yorkshire Voice. We're bringing you the top news stories from across the region this lunchtime, live from the studio here at Leeds Trinity University. I'm Jessica Bailey and these are the top stories today. Protesters took to the streets of York last night in the latest in a series of demonstrations across Britain against the policing and crime bill. Nearly 200 people turned up to highlight issues including violence against sex workers and people of marginalised genders. Kai Gott reports.
Since Priti Patel submitted the paper for the Police, Crime, Sentencing and Courts Bill, people have been protesting around the country, including in locations like Leeds, York and Bristol. Last night, hundreds of people gathered in St Helens Square in York to protest and to highlight issues surrounding gendered violence and sex work.
They exist to protect their own, to protect the state, to protect private property, to protect white supremacist, patriarchal, capitalist systems of power.
The government recently made a statement after a popular petition went viral, including mentioning gendered violence. They said, "We are also focusing on tackling the underlying causes of serious violence. The work also includes specific action to tackle violence against women and girls." Although the protests in Leeds and York have been peaceful, some haven't, including the protests last weekend in Bristol.
Education Minister Gavin Williamson has condemned death threats made towards a teacher at Batley Grammar School, where protests continued for a second day. It follows a noisy demonstration by parents outside the school yesterday, upset over the use of images depicting the Prophet Muhammad, which had been shown in a religious education lesson. The school has a majority of Muslim pupils, and the teacher in question has since been suspended, and the school has apologised. And we'll bring you more on that story as it unfolds. Now we can cross to our sports correspondent, Lydia O'Neill, with some rugby league news.
Thanks, Jess. In a few hours, the 2021 Super League gets underway in Emerald Headingley Stadium with a double-header at St Helens take on the Salford Red Devils and Leeds Centurions take on Wigan Warriors. Leeds Rhinos will take on Wakefield Trinity tomorrow at the stadium. These next few games will be held behind closed doors, leaving Headingley without fans once again. But still, all the players will be ready for the start of the season. Alex Sutcliffe, a forward and front row player, is more than ready to get this week's game.
Yeah, everyone's really excited to get back for the start of the season. I know I am, especially. It's been a long pre-season, and especially off the back of last season, with COVID and having no crowds and stuff like that. It's a weird feeling to play with no crowds. It's a different one. There's no atmosphere or anything like that. But yeah, hopefully this year we can get a few crowds in and get the stadiums a bit more full and make it feel a bit more normal. But yeah, I'm really ready for the start of the season this week now. So it should be exciting coming this weekend when the season starts.
Now, while COVID restrictions are still tough in England, some of the rules will be relaxing on Monday, and North Yorkshire Police have stated this morning that they will be out in full force this weekend, making sure that people don't start celebrating too early. A travel ban is also coming into force on Monday, and anyone who travels abroad without good reason will face a £5,000 fine. Jet2 are still insisting their flights and holidays will be going ahead on May the 17th, despite the government's warning that foreign travel might not actually go ahead until July. Here's Kai Gott again.
Mark Frankland is a flight instructor at Heald Aviation based at Leeds Bradford Airport.
There's been no flying work at all for months now. It's been very difficult. We can't even do ground school, so all work has dried up.
While the government's travel ban remains in force for most of the UK, some airlines remain adamant that they will let holidaymakers travel this summer.
I think we've got to get things moving again. This industry is absolutely on its knees. And if they don't fight back, then there might be more job losses. They've done really well so far to keep going throughout what's been 12 months of difficulties. So I understand where they're coming from. They need to push, they need to allow travel to take place carefully, I think, in the future.
But for now, there'll be no holidays just yet.
I got with that report, and we can now cross to Mark Singleton with the weather, which looked a bit bleak there at the airport.
Thanks, Jessica. Yes, it's a bit grim today, and I'll have the weather for you in just a minute. However, you may remember the peregrine falcons that we covered a few days ago. Well, we've had an update that a third egg was laid at 4 o'clock this morning. The birds of prey are nesting at Wakefield Cathedral, and live cameras are capturing their movements 24 hours a day until July. The weather for today is that the rain will clear as the day goes on, and the afternoon will become brighter with 1 or 2 showers. Temperatures will be around 10 or 11, but will become progressively colder as the day goes on. Thanks. That's your weather for today. Thanks, Jess.
That's all from us today at Yorkshire Voice. Catch us again live at 4 p.m. If you'd like to get in touch with us, we'd love to hear from you. You can tweet us at YorkshireV or email us at yorkshirevoiceltu@gmail.com. I'm Jessica Bailey, and goodbye from all of us here at Leeds Trinity University this lunchtime. See you soon.